24-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That is incomplete. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point: get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On third down, Mayfield. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Now let's go. Green.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit.
Third and long for Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it. And they'll go on the ground.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Roger.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Keenum now on 1st down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Come on, let's go.
From the shotgun, here's Barrett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He got 29 yards that time. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. A give. This is Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He's to the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll run with Chubb, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
No, check, Patriot!
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Mayfield to throw it this time. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A shotgun snap for Keenum. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Johnson. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing. Mayfield. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
No, check, Patriot!
Chubb on the counter. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run him now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun snap for Keenum. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10.
Hey, orange arm! Orange arm! Stand down! Cut!
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Here's Keenum now on second down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Barrett. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is fielded at the 27. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
Mayfield now on 2nd down. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Got some real estate inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And another example of why Baker Mayfield went #1 in the draft. His ability to confound defensive coordinators. They played him for the pass. They covered it well. He takes off with his legs and scrambles for a big gain.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield buying time to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Barrett flushed out right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. To throw on 3rd down. Barrett. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Denver right after this. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now they try the right side here. Down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Barrett. And this is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And McManus able to put it through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to float this one deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Very left. Very left. Shoot. Down. All right, 53.
Keenum on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And McManus able to put it through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
First down, Mayfield. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down throw for Mayfield. Steps away to his left. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway as time expires in the first half. And the Browns add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Barrett. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
To throw, Mayfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good pick up there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick. Right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now, 1st and 10.
On 53.
On first down, Keenum. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Keenum will try again on second down. He's going to look deep down the field. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. On second down, Mayfield again. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, Definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. Mayfield to throw it, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Mayfield. Forced out to his left. Underneath for Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it. But it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Ohio! 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 Flex Brown! Flex Brown!
On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. Flush to his right. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. To throw again, Barrett. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
That's Njoku over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball.
Stepping, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Baker Mayfield keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find...
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Back to the air on second down. It's Keenum. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of just driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. They do snap it to Keenum. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Keenum now on second down. Trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. From the gun, here's Keenum. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And this Browns defense stands tall. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
Detroit!
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Play fake. Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First down, Barrett to throw. He sets to fire deep. It's caught at the 10. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A gain of 32 that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
From the shotgun, here's Barrett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. In for the score. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music team.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Here's Keenum to throw. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
To throw is Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now Barrett. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Barrett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ohio!
On 3rd down, Barrett. And now another one thrown incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 53. Roger.
Now Keenum got to have this one. Eluding the pressure right. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
All right, now, look at 56.
They go play action. Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mayfield looks to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And some space here. And a solid run down inside the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. Following the field goal on is the punter, Drew Kaiser, to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd and 10, Keenum. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 49 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos get a bit closer. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football and be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff. But still.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.